Hello, everyone. So, thank you very much for joining us again today. I'm here with an alumna of our Morocco Migration and Transnational Identity Program. Olivia, would you like to take a moment and introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Olivia Tarlton. I'm a senior from St. Norbert College in De Pere, Wisconsin, and I studied in Rabat, Morocco with the SIT Migration and Transnational Identity Program.
Excellent. Thank you. So, what are you currently studying as your major in St. Norbert's?
At St. Norbert, I study theology and religious studies and peace and justice.
That is quite the combination there.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
let's jump into the questions. But first, I want to say thank you very much for taking some time this afternoon. So, there are a lot of options to study abroad in the Middle East and North Africa. So, what appealed to you about the SIT model, and why did you choose SIT study abroad?
I would say that I chose SIT because I really liked how each program has its specific focus. So you can almost become an expert somewhat on the program that you're studying. So the entire time, my program was learning about migration, transnational identity. And also, what was appealing was that you're with the same group of students and teachers for the entire time. So I was with, I believe it was about 23 students for the whole time there. And then at the end of the program, you take part in a month-long independent study project. So you're basically able to choose what you want to learn about more and take that entire time to just study it on your own completely. And I'd say another major part was that not a lot of programs offer a homestay component. A lot of the time, it'll be like you're on your own at a university somewhere, but with this program, I was able to stay with a family in the Old Medina, which was great. And I don't think I would have experienced Morocco in the same way had I been on my own.
Here's a fun fact of trivia for you.
Okay.
SIT study abroad was, well, not that study abroad in general, but SIT was the first organization ever to do the homestay component back in 1932.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think we've got a lot of experience doing the homestays there.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to ask you to be very specific.
Mhm.
And you mentioned a lot of aspects that appeal to you, but can you tell me one aspect or one skill on the program that you learned in your time in Morocco that you don't think you could have learned anywhere else?
Yeah. One skill or one aspect you said?
Exactly.
Okay. I would say that I learned just how to interact with people in the community. I would say this is a big part from the homestay component because like I learned the cultural norms and customs being with a family every day for about 3 months. And I don't think I would have gotten that had I been in an apartment by myself for that entire time. So I was able to learn about different things that they do every day and experience meals with them and holidays. So I think just being able to better relate and understand the people of the community in which I was staying was a big thing.
Excellent. Thank you for answering that so succinctly. Now, I want to jump to your independent study project a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you go a little deeper and share with us exactly what you studied and whether or not you've had a chance to continue along that theme or topic now that you're back at your home university?
Yeah. So for my independent study project, I focused on what Islam says about welcoming migrants and others into the community, and then looked at interfaith movements within Morocco. So since I had the entire month free without classes or anything, and it was just however I wanted to spend it, I read through the entire Quran. I'm not going to say well because there was a time limit, and I was just able to learn more about what the religion says about these things. And yeah, I've definitely been able to carry that on here, and it has helped me realize my passion for interfaith movement and learning about other religions. And I've even applied for internships after school that are involving interfaith work. So I'd say it has a big impact.
And that does sound like it has had a big
Yeah.
impact on your studies and your trajectory.
hmm
These internships, are they stateside or are they back in the region?
These are stateside, yes. I would love to go back to the region, but for now I need to stay here and save up financially.
And finish up your studies properly, right?
Yeah.
So, but you have to make sure that you keep us in the loop about it all,
Yeah.
and let us know where you are,
Okay.
because we love staying in contact with our alumni.
Yeah,
So
sounds good.
now, my last question for you is, as you know, you mentioned there were 23 students in
hmm
your program, which allows for a really private, personal experience. And but at the same time, it makes for an issue in getting the word out there about SIT. So I
Yeah.
want to hear, and I'm sure you've run across people that have not heard about SIT. I'd love to hear how you would explain it to them.
Okay. Well, I would say that SIT is just a completely different way to study abroad. It's not you're dropped off in a country on your own at a large university and trying to find your way, and a lot of the time getting lost and confused and things like that. Where with SIT, you become part of this small community within your program because I was with the same people for the entire time and we traveled and we took our classes together every day. So it's kind of like you have a little family within the community that is familiar, and then you can experience the wider culture together. So I'd say it's definitely a comfort thing as well as um, just the chance to learn and reach your full potential while there because you're not trying to figure out the city and how to get it around because you have these people to help you out the entire time.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. So now, can you let me know how, with the program there, if there was something before, something you wish you knew now, that you know now, that you
Mhm.
wished you knew before the program?
Um, I'd say the biggest thing for me, the hardest part for me was the language area. So there's no prerequisite for this program, but the majority of people within the community did not speak English, maybe like slight amount, but not a lot. So it was either French or Arabic, which we were learning Arabic, but at the same time, the dialect that's spoken in Morocco is very different from the standard, which is what we were learning. So I'd say just having, if I wish I had taken the time to learn more of the language before going there because my host family didn't speak any English except for my host sister, who was there not all the time. But so yeah, I would say definitely preparing myself language wise would have been helpful.
Okay. Well, with a language like Arabic, you could spend a lifetime preparing
Yeah.
yourself and still have more to learn.
hmm
So, well, thank you very much for taking some time this afternoon. This morning. I really, really appreciate it. And I always like to give our alumni the last word. Is there anything that you would like to say to a prospective student out there who would be considering studying at SIT or studying abroad in general in Morocco or the Middle East or another region of the world?
I would say definitely do it, first of all. And second of all, just approach the entire experience with an open mind because I went there and I didn't really know what to expect. And I'd say that definitely helped a lot because I was able to experience so many things that I maybe wouldn't have wanted to had I thought about it too much beforehand. Like I got to experience Eid, which I saw two sheep sacrifice, which was thinking about it beforehand would have been terrifying. But when I was actually there, I decided to just take part in it and it was amazing. So I would say just do everything that you can and experience all of it. Definitely study abroad. It'll open your eyes to so much.
Well, thank you very much. I can't imagine what going to the Eid sacrifice must have been like.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing everything with us this morning. So have a good rest of your day and good luck
You
with the rest
too.
of your senior year.
Thank you, Ian.